Hey, Unstuckers! Welcome to Casual Friday, where we take a moment to have a mini mastermind to problem solve, set goals, and keep the ball rolling on our own businesses. This week on the podcast, we talked about old versus returning versus new, all of the kinds of customers. So go back and check Wednesday's episode out if you haven't done so already. Yeah, do the things. In case I didn't introduce myself, I'm Cel. This guy
Hi,
is
Cel.
Josh. I'm not sure which way you're going to
That's
be.
me.
So that's you.
I think you had it right the first time. Maybe I'll just move
Cool.
it around on the YouTube.
Well, welcome, Josh. How was your week since we now start with pleasantries?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you for the official pleasantry portion of the show. My week was good. Happy belated Star Wars Day to you and all the listeners out there. May the 4th be
Oh,
with you.
may the 4th be with you as well.
Thank you. Thank you. How was your week, Cel?
It was good. Happy belated Cinco de Mayo that I forgot was Cinco de Mayo because I live in Germany and tequila sucks here.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I kind of
also
forgot it
didn't
was
have
Cinco de Mayo
guacamole.
because it's still kind of pandemic-y over here and
Oh, yeah, that could also be why.
nobody's going out. But then on 6 de Mayo, I saw a lot of Facebook posts about Cinco de Mayo, and I was like, aha.
Ah, yes, you do still exist. I see.
Yes, very good, very good.
All right. That was good pleasantries. That was a good job,
It
Josh.
was
Thanks. That
good
was great.
banter. I think really well done. I think if we end it here, it's a good show. But if we keep going, we risk it going off the rails,
I think we should roll the dice.
like we do every week, Cel.
Okay, cool. So, did you get your shit done or what?
Wow, pleasantries over. All right, so yes, I did. And we were just discussing off air. I had an oh shit, did I do my shit moment last night, and I was like, crap. And I looked at my goals, and I was like, yes, I did. Which were 5 minutes a day at least of music. Some days were only 5 minutes. Some days were like hours. Um, and redoing my ideal work week schedule. Done. Check. How about you? Did you do your shit?
I did do my shit. So that means for our new listeners, perhaps out there, that you will not be donating, or rather, I will not be donating $50 of your money to the uh, American Nazi Patty.
That is correct.
Okay.
And I mean, we're still on the edge of our seat here. If you did your shit, then I will not be donating $50 of your money to the National Riffle Association. So, Cel, did you do your shit?
Yes, I did do my shit. And I also had that moment of like, ooh, did I do my things? Oh, good times, guys. Good times. So,
I like
yes,
it
my
when
thing.
we go off the rails of like remembering to check in with our notes of like our goals and stuff, and we still do our goals. It's like, okay, good. I'm
Yeah,
in a
for
rhythm.
real. Okay, so my two things were one was like get the Pinterest page set up and get at least 10 pins on Pinterest. I got like 12 pins on Pinterest because last Friday
Whoa,
I went down a Pinterest rabbit
overachiever.
hole. It was wild. I think I'm learning like what works on there though. So that's why I only did 10, but I think that that's
Great.
good.
Yeah, doing it.
And then
Killing
my
it.
other thing, what?
You're killing it.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry, completely derailed you with a nice comment.
Thank you. My other thing was to get my Patreon set up and kind of figure out what I'm charging for, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Yep.
I figured that out. So I'll give you guys an update in a mo. But I've been doing the things on Patreon. I'm kind of excited.
Yes. Excellent. All right. Well,
Cool.
I'm excited to hear all about that.
All right. Well, let me start a timer. Not 25 minutes. That was my nap time earlier. Not lying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ready for
Power
10?
nap. Ready for
Oh, it was a
10.
it was a great power nap, dude. So needed.
Yeah. You seem refreshed and ready to go today. So it's
I
like
do.
nighttime where you are. So
Yeah. All right, you
I'm
ready?
like, nap already. It's only 10 a.m.
All
All right.
right.
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Go.
Okay. Oh my God. My week went off the rails, Cel. Just
What
way off
happened?
the rails in the best way.
Okay.
So I had just been informed, I think last week, right before we recorded, that I was going to be on the speaker schedule to have a 10-minute presentation in my BNI group in like a month or a little later.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I was like, cool, I'm going to ramp everything up to then. That's going to be the big, like, starting to push the backups thing, right?
Mhm.
Um, and see if I can just start it with the push and then I just keep doing it every week and keep talking about it till I get people to buy, Um, and two things backup related happened. One, I got my first client that's not me to do the backup
Yay!
thing.
It's not me.
So Zach, if you're listening out there, he's the guy who commented on our YouTube video a couple weeks ago. He said he needed it. I got with him, explained everything, and they're signing up, and I'm actually going to set them up this afternoon to back up their full-on servers to keep their business running. So,
Fuck yeah.
woo! So
Yay,
I got my
Zach.
first
Yay, Josh.
client on the backup front, and then right after I was on the call with Zach's tech guy about this, I got an email from my BNI group. Somebody dropped out of doing their presentation this week. Does anyone want to fill the spot? This was on Tuesday. My group meets on Thursday, and I was like, me, I'll do it.
So you threw yourself under the metaphorical / maybe literal bus.
I totally did, but I was like excited because I was like, cool. Instead of having to wait for my opportunity to do the new push, like we'll just do it. We'll just do it right now. And with having a new client, that's great because now I'm starting my subscription with the software company for my own backups as well as my clients. But then moving on, I need to push more and more because now I'm paying for the software, right? So time to push.
Push.
and so I said I'll do it, and I did it. And as we've been talking about, there are 3 insurance guys in the group that I still plan to make fun of later. But for this one, I made them during my presentation each talk about the benefits of insurance. So like I started off my presentation as the group's IT guy and said, let's talk about insurance. I'm going to go to the experts. And I made them all talk for 30 seconds about why insurance is important, which just confused the hell out of the group, right? Why is the IT guy talking about insurance? And then I said, cloud backup is basically insurance for your data. And they all went, oh.
Oh my gosh.
So it worked. So like literally just got off that call. It went very well. I threw something together great. And thanks, Donald Miller. His course, Communication Made Simple. That's how I put it together. I was like,
Fuck
crap, I
yeah.
got 2 days. What am I going to talk about? Oh, there's that whole framework. Let me go look up that framework again. And man, like once you learn his framework and apply it once, it's just going back to refresh yourself on what are the pieces and you move them around. It comes together so quickly. So cannot recommend that enough. Communication Made Simple on his Business Made Simple platform. Fantastic. It's how I gave my great best man speech last fall and how I whipped this presentation together this week. So awesome.
I
Okay.
echo that.
You
Also,
echo that.
it also works really well for Instagram posts.
Yes, absolutely. He's got a whole thing for speeches, videos, social media posts, emails, etc. Okay, so it's out. It's being pushed now. So right now with me and a client, I'm kind of at a break-even level with the software. But if I get more clients, then I start making money. And every client's a little bit amount of money because it's a small margin kind of product, but it's a low effort product and a renewing subscription based product. So the more I can get on board, the better. So I'm going to start that, and I think it went very well. So thanks, Zach, for pushing me, BNI for having an opportunity, and Donnie for teaching me how to put together a worthwhile presentation very quickly.
Fuck yeah. Oh, good old Donnie.
Oh, Donnie. Okay, so the other thing that happened is my SEO client wanted to meet with me and learn more about what specifically I'm doing to make SEO happen, which worried me a little bit. I was like, I don't know. Like I know what I'm doing, but I also don't know what I'm doing, and I'm also like, what are your questions going to be? So we had a great meeting, and he was just curious, and I told him what I knew, and he had like 1 or 2 questions I was like, I don't know the answer to, but let me get with my contractor who does that part, and I will find out exactly what he does and let you know. And he was very thrilled and excited to hear all about it, but he was just curious. He just like realized weeks later, like, actually, I kind of want to know more. This, and whereas like our initial meeting, it's this father son duo, and the father was like, you young guys take care of it. I don't want to be a part of it. I just want it to happen,
Yeah.
right? And then like 3 weeks later, he's like, actually, I want to know more. All right, so it went very well, and I think that was good for me because it was my first in-depth Q&A kind of about SEO, which as
Yeah.
I am learning it, and I'm honest with him that I'm learning it, but as I'm learning it, it helps to be able to like start fielding questions and in a way that I feel more and more confident about it. So that was very good. And on the SEO front, I think I said this last week, but turns out the upfront of optimizing that website is a whole lot more work than I thought it was going to be,
Mm-hmm.
for both my website and his website. Um, but this week I got a brunt of stuff done on my website. So there's some new pages. There's a lot of added content, a lot of added words to my homepage, which is an interesting SEO trick I learned.
Huh.
Um, really, really want lots of words, Google. Like, not there's nothing new, but homepage. So for all the like web design theory out there that is like minimal words,
Yeah.
that's true. You don't want to overload words like above the fold, like when they
Yeah.
load the page, but you want them to be able to scroll forever and read forever if they want, which very few people want, but Google wants. So,
Yeah.
so I just went below the
Interesting.
fold and made section after section of text. I did an FAQ section, which
Huh.
was a great opportunity to put words in there about
Yeah.
and keywords of what I do. Um, and something else too. So anyway, so there's a lot more words on my website, but it's not in a way that it overwhelms you right up front. It's like if you keep scrolling and you keep looking, you'll find it. Um, and great news, because my website is well, like some of my keywords are Albuquerque computer repair, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's location and service.
Yeah.
Um, there's less competition in Albuquerque than like if I just went computer repair globally and tried to rank number one, right?
Yeah.
Albuquerque computer repair, less competition. So I have some things that are just like computer repair, and I don't even freaking rank on Google. I'm like above 500th place, not 500
Yeah.
pages, but 500th place. Um, with the Albuquerque based ones, I started at like 80, and
Yeah.
already like 2 weeks in, I'm at like 60.
Oh
60th
wow.
place just in a couple of weeks
That's
on
really
the
good, dude.
location base. So it's
Yeah.
already moving, which I was not expecting any movement yet. So I'm beyond thrilled about that. My client,
Yeah.
however, is not location based in their keywords because they're kind of a global and US shipping. They ship things out kind of a thing,
Yeah.
internet company. So they're not like Albuquerque, and they're not seeing any movement yet, which is as expected.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to learn that it was like, oh, if you do have a business out there and you're brick and mortar like me, like you are location bound,
Yeah.
SEO can work a lot faster for you than it could for like Chel's business now.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind if you're thinking about the SEO game. This is what I'm learning so far. And then the last thing, which I wanted to kind of brainstorm with you,
Okay.
is I got one of those coupons that Google Ads send out every once in a while. It's like get $150 free, and I always throw it away.
Yeah.
Um, I got to thinking like, one, I should make this one of my keywords, but two, maybe the right way to use Google Ads and use that 150 free dollars and see what happens as an experiment is
Yeah.
to do like a specific service, like for instance solid state drive upgrades, where you go from a
Ooh.
regular spinning drive slow to solid state fast.
Mm-hmm.
And so that would require a person typing into Google. Like Facebook ads are more like general, you run into them,
Mm-hmm.
but with Google ads it's somebody looking for your service and you appear on top. I was like, well, if it was somebody who was tech savvy enough to know about solid state drives but not savvy enough or confident enough to try and do it themselves, they just know they want one,
Mm-hmm.
they might be typing into Google solid state drive Albuquerque,
Yeah.
right? And how many people are Google advertising that to that keyword? I don't know yet, but but I thought like that might be worth just an experiment. And I think I haven't looked at the thing, but I think it's like you get $150 free if you spend $100 or something like that.
Yeah.
So might be worth the experiment and see if I can do that, if I can get some business that way.
Yeah. Okay. So follow up with that is I know Pinterest has trends.pinterest.com. I think
Mm,
Google also has trends.google.com.
I think they do. You're
So
right.
check that out. The millennial schooling the elder millennial? Oh, shit fire.
Oh shit! Hey, look, we're on opposite ends of the millennial spectrum. We each have uh, our 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 strengths and our weaknesses. And yes, you're right. I just typed in trends.google.com, and I can tell you that here in New Mexico, there's a big push in the search for Kim Kardashian. But
Huh.
that's mostly the Southwest and the West Coast, whereas the rest of the country is still searching for Taylor Swift. So that's what we've learned here today. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I think Kim Kardashian needs to be on your website then. That's what we've learned from this.
Apparently, yeah, New Mexicans very into Kim Kardashian, so we'll get her on the podcast too. Oh, hey, quick, just aside. My time's up, right?
Yeah,
Did I see the
totes.
timer go out? Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
that's my update. Thank you. But quick aside outside of my my business. Um, uh, oh damn, what's her name? The shorty.
Homegirl Anna.
Anna Kendrick. Well, I don't know who this person is, but I think it's a great opportunity for her to be on our podcast. Anyway, um, Anna Kendrick still has not opened my message that I messaged her through Instagram yet from our Unstuck account. So
Bro,
we're still waiting. No movement there. But I just wanted to update you on that.
I appreciate that update, and I'm sure the Unstuckers do as well.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's our we need like a whole sound effect for the Anna Kendrick update of the week. But there it is. There's your Anna Kendrick update of the week.
Heard. I
Um,
will add in a sound effect. It's going to be great, guys.
yes. Any other thoughts before I ask you your stuff on Google Ads or I like the trends.google.com thought?
I think trends.google.com is going to be great. Yeah, dude, pursue it. Why not? But really be strategic about it, like you said. Be very strategic about it because Google ads are not as inexpensive as they used to be.
Yeah. Yep. True. And I think too, like the specific reason I want to do that over most other services is that's a service where they come to me, it's low pressure because they drop it off and I tell them it's going to take a day or two. It's like a service I like to perform that's
Yeah,
got a good margin that I think probably no one's advertising, so I could get on that keyword and get that niche in Albuquerque pretty quick. So
yeah, definitely.
sweet. Okay,
Yeah,
let's move on to you. Let me get you some 10 minutes here on the
some 10
clocks.
minutes or actually 10 minutes.
Mm,
Oh, and I
10
have another
minutes
piece of
and two
advice.
seconds.
10 minutes and 2 seconds.
Okay.
One more piece of advice. Instead of Instagram, attempt Twitter.
Oh, for Anna Kendrick?
Yeah, yeah, that's my second piece of
Mm,
advice.
yes, very good. I do have a Twitter account. It is
Okay.
not active, and I don't know how to use it, but I will. I'm writing this down as the one. This is a goal I'm going to use. Anna Kendrick Twitter. Boom. It's on my goal list.
Excellent. Excellent.
um. So again, Miss Anna Kendrick, if you would like to have a battle about who has it rougher, the tall people like me or the short people like yourself, I'm game. If you want to talk about your new movie, I'm game. Mostly, I just want to make Chel's day because she really wants to interview you.
Hey.
So just respond whenever you got a minute.
Whenever
All right.
Mo, just a quick Mo.
Okay, Chel, 10 minutes and 2 seconds. Here we go.
Cool. So this week I started my co-creation mastermind, which is actually really cool. Yeah, it sounds spooky, but it was really cool. That happened at 10 p.m. my time on Tuesday. 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. So I was very tired the next morning, not
Hmm.
needless to say.
Hmm.
I will not be planning anything on Wednesday mornings from now on ever again for the next year plus.
Great.
FYI. But the co-creation mastermind was super cool. There's entrepreneurs from like almost like every different genre. Like people have brick and mortars, people have been in business for like 15 plus years. Like it's insanity. These people have so much more experience than I do, so I'm so excited to learn the things. It's very similar to what you and I do, just kind of on a bigger scale, and I pay for it. So yeah.
Pay for it
um,
late on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, very late on Tuesday nights. Okay, so there's a couple of things that kind of go in with that. We're learning Pinterest marketing with it, which is kind of why I started Pinteresting last
Sweet.
week.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to explore a little bit more of that. I think actually the course is open, but I haven't actually delved into the course yet because Wednesday was a wash this week. I literally did nothing because I had an appointment at the crack of friggin' dawn. I had to drive my husband to work. I know I'm kvetching a little bit, but like my Wednesday was a wash, guys. Like
Uh-huh.
I have to work the weekend because my Wednesday was a fucking wash. It was terrible. Um,
Sometimes that
yeah,
happens.
it does. Sometimes it happens. So it is what it is. But I'm excited for Pinterest because even within like a week, I've gotten some decent traction on it, and it's like about monthly views or something like that. So the more monthly views you can have, the more prospects like who could potentially click on your things. So I need to learn more about it before I just go posting things all willy-nilly like because there's some things and like some topics that did really well versus some topics that were just like, hey, it's not that great. So apparently butternut squash in May is not very popular. Fun fact.
Go
Yeah.
figure. I would have assumed the opposite. I thought it'd be the most popular thing.
Who knew? So yeah, I'm excited to learn a little bit more about that, like using keywords during the right season. I feel like that's all going to be really helpful.
Hmm.
And I'll keep you guys updated on the Pinterest world there. As far as Patreon goes, I am dripping that out slowly on Instagram. So I'm officially back on Instagram this week, and not just for things that are on like were on my schedule to do like lives with other people. Like I am back on Instagram. I'm posting regularly. I'm on my stories all the time. Thank God. It feels better. I don't feel burnt out. Next week, I'm going to start reincorporating posts, and I have kind of a different strategy for that. So I'm excited to see that come into fruition and not be as stressed about posting on Instagram on a regular basis and like being
Hmm.
super salesy and super forceful.
Yeah.
That being said, my sales strategy on Instagram has also changed. I am not pushing my big course, I am just pushing Patreon. And right now, I am in the drip phase. I want people to be super excited about it and like gain that traction. So
Hmm.
my Patreon account is going to be based off of, I think I said this a little bit last week, but it's based off of my two series on Instagram. One is Mama What's in Your Pantry, and the other one is Winging It Wednesday. And they focus on kind of different things, but it's basically all around like developing flavor and learning different cooking methods so that you gain more confidence in the kitchen and you can really like learn the cooking skills behind all of it. Basically like a watered down version of my course. And as per your uh, suggestion, I made it $1. So for 1 month, you pay $1 and you get all of this fucking information. So I've just been like,
Nice.
just like dribbling it out on Instagram and being like, hey guys, like coming soon, like a Patreon where like if you want to learn more and like have this written down, like contribute to the Patreon. So I think over the next week, probably week and a half, I'm going to be dribbling it out. And then when mid May hits, I'm going to have half of this month's content already on Patreon. So they're getting May's content. And then as the month hits, they have the rest of May's content. So I'm excited for that. And what it breaks down to is I think it's going to be in PDF form, where they're just getting so like on Mama What's in Your Pantry, for example. There's 3 items that whomever I'm talking to like gives me. So oftentimes it's like black beans, prunes, and like canned salmon or something like that, and then I'll like verbally tell them like what they can do with that. But now it'll be in PDF form. I'll go into further depth of like different cooking methods, explaining the different flavors and like what they can actually do with them. Probably 3 for each. So it's like super, super valuable on like what they can do. And I'm probably just going to do it on Canva, make it super nice. So it's something that they'd want to save rather than just like scroll through like an ugly PDF, you know? So really do like focus in on the branding and like the visual aspect of it. And then I'll do the same thing for Winging It Wednesday. So that's all that it's going to be right now. And right now I have it set for, I haven't launched the Patreon at all, but I have it set for 50, like the first 50 people who sign up for that get it for $1. And then I think I'm going to set up a second tier. And like after 50, like I think I'm going to raise the price to like $3 or $5. I'm not sure yet, but to give them a real incentive to like hop in like real quick. Patreon also suggested giving like a giveaway to your first 50, but if it's $1, I don't think I can justify doing a giveaway of some sort, you know? Yeah, so those are my thought processes there. I don't think I have any questions, but I'm really excited about all of that happening. And okay, my next thing is actually a question. I need a professional email. Um, I have a Gmail account and it doesn't look great, and that's fine. But I have GoDaddy as a host, and they charge $199 a month, or like you get a reduced rate if you like pay the year out or whatever. And then you get your name at whatever your domain name is. Or I can do Google Suite for $6 a month, and I'm like, because like I can still connect my GoDaddy to my Google and just like forward emails there. So I'm not sure which one I want to do yet, but it's only $1.99 for the first year, and then it goes up to $6 anyway. So I feel like I can probably at least get the savings the first year and then just suck it up on GoDaddy for the next infinity, you know? So I don't know. I don't know if you have a preference, but I would love some insight for a professional
Yeah, I
email
think
address.
that's a great idea. I think I use G Suite for my professional email, like you said, $6 a month.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think you're right. So the way I look at it is I put all my emails into Mac Mail anyway,
Yeah.
and some people put all their mails into Gmail, like you were just saying, anyway.
Yeah.
Um, so if you're going to do that, might as well just get the savings. It's not like G Suite as a service is that much better than GoDaddy.
Yeah.
Um, for emails, I'm sure there's people yelling at their phone right now because I just said that, but like seriously, it's freaking email.
Yeah.
And and so yeah, I think that's perfect. If your workflow is Mac Mail like me, you just plug wherever you got a good deal, you just plug it into your thing. Or if you're Gmail, like you're saying, you just plug it in so that you can send and receive from other accounts within your same Gmail portal, and
Yeah.
you're golden.
Yeah.
So
That's what I
I
think I'm
think
going
that's a
to do.
great idea.
Cool. Okay. So other ways to save money. So not just
Yeah,
that, but you inspired me
giving
last
yourself a
week.
raise.
There's two more things to deal with money then. Oh my God, I'm so excited to talk about this. So you inspired me last week to look at Zero, and I'd be saving $14 a month switching from QuickBooks to Zero. So I'm definitely going to do that.
Dang,
Yeah,
that's what, 180 a year,
dude.
bam.
Yeah. And like I can still invoice with it because that's important to me. I need an
Mhm.
invoicing software, and they give me 3 options to invoice there. So there's like a Go Cardless, which takes bank deposits, there's Swipe, and there's PayPal. So like there's so many options. It's awesome. And I actually have a meeting with them on Monday. So I'm excited to learn a little bit more. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm really excited for that switch. So yay.
great.
And third yay money thing, I got my PPP loan. Ah,
Yay,
yay.
you're positive.
Yeah. I'm just excited because it gives me a little bit of cushion. So that's
Yeah,
super nice. And it takes the stress off a little bit, you know? So,
yeah, same here. It was a kind of a slow April, money wise, and that PPP loan makes me go, all right, as opposed to
yeah.
god damn.
Yeah. Yeah. So, thank you, US government. I really appreciate it. I've never had a handout like that before, but I'm very appreciative. Thank you so much.
I was saying to a friend of mine recently that I think the PPP loan is the business owner's equivalent, small business owner's equivalent of the 15 minutes of fame. Like this is your moment where you get privilege for being a small business owner, and you not only get your stimulus check, but you get this extra thing too.
Seriously, though.
Like, I'll take it, thanks. And then they'll never give a shit about us again.
Yay.
Oh well. Oh, it's the time.
um,
Did you have anything
cool.
else? I
No,
was
I got all my
storytelling
little
during
check
your
mark
time.
things. It's great.
Excellent. I have some feedback for you.
I would love some feedback. That's why we're here,
Email
Josh.
thing. Patreon. I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but I'm just going to float it by you.
Okay.
What if, every cap, like 50 people can get it for $1 or whatever. The
Yeah.
next cap doubles, the next cap doubles. So the next tier can get
Ooh.
it for $2, the next tier can get it for $4 until you get to $8, and then that's it, or something like that.
Ooh. I like that.
I don't know. Might be a fun thing that's just like it doubles. Look, watch
Yeah.
it double.
Yeah.
um, and then I think everything about what you're saying about your Patreon strategy is a great idea. Giving away all that content for so little money, it's just going to cultivate a bunch of raving fans for you. So I think that's fantastic. And I've been hearing this lately on different podcasts and books I've been reading and things about courses. Is that more and more courses are becoming either live courses or like kind of like you have pre-recorded with a lot of access to you,
Yeah.
right? um, and the courses that are just set it and forget it, um, pre-record, aren't flying anymore because everyone's aware they can get all that information for free.
Yeah.
So what that means as a strategy is that what you're doing is right, which is give all your information away for free or very low cost on
Hmm.
Patreon. Um, and then you cultivate some fans. They've opened their wallet. They're used to giving you money and getting a bunch of value in return. So they're getting trained on that, right?
Yeah.
And then next time you really, really solidly push your course, lean into the access to you part of it,
Yeah.
because that's the part that sells to the Patreon people. Patreon
I
people are
love
like, I
that.
get all this information. But if it's like, no, I show up with you every week, so you've got an accountability partner and you have access to me, and we will assume at that point they are raving fans of Celestina Brunetti, so they are excited, just as excited as you are to meet Miss Anna Kendrick when she comes on our show. That's right, I said when. Uh, um, your Patreon fans gonna be real excited to have like office hours with you or whatever. So
I really hope so because the reason I kind of switched to this model was because I was getting feedback that like people don't want to spend hours a week, especially busy moms don't want to spend hours a week like one on one. So I hope that my I hope that the value really shines through and that they do end up wanting to work with me and that they do see value in it rather than like, oh, I have to spend an hour with this girl. You know?
yeah,
So,
and again, it's gonna be the 5% of your audience that you
oh,
make on
totes.
Patreon will
Yeah.
will want to do it, and you're gonna have, and hopefully you'll learn through the Patreon process. Like, is it going to be that this audience wants an hour with you, or this audience just wants to be able to text you
Yeah.
whenever they want? And it might be the latter because of what you've learned so far, but you'll learn and shore that up more with your
Yeah.
Patreon audience, I imagine. And I think either way, it's like you got to figure out what kind of access is right for you and your audience, but the access and the accountability buddy is what sells the high end courses, is
Oh,
what I'm hearing.
totes. Yeah. I mean, that's the reason I re signed up with my business coach for her mastermind,
Yeah,
you
access,
know?
accountability. Yep.
Yeah.
That's why we show up here for free all the time.
Holla.
Is accountability. We don't have to pay for this, and neither do you, dear listener. Haha.
All right, dude. I think you mentioned one of them, but your goals?
Yes, my goals. I am going to reach out to Miss Anna Kendrick on Twitter and tell her about this fabulous opportunity, as well as I have a opportunity um, uh, to sell a Christmas song,
Huh.
because Christmas things actually get filmed in the summer,
Yeah.
so companies are stocking up on Christmas music right now to be able to film their things with that in mind to be able to come out with this winter. So um, I have one company that's looking for Christmas music, and they have a deadline of like May 16th, I think. And I've got a Christmas song that's mostly finished. I need to polish that off.
Sweet.
And It's the Christmas song that was like a funny Christmas song that I released last year with the music video.
Oh yeah, I
But I
loved it.
realize if I take out the monologue that makes it really funny, it just sounds like a Christmas song. So, boom.
Excellent.
And so I've had in the back of my mind like this could be a sellable song, but now I've got the deadline to make that a priority. So that's my goal, is to have the Christmas song polished off with all my new skills I've been learning about mixing and all this crap next week.
Excellent. Dude, I'm stoked for
Yeah.
you. Sending good vibes.
Thank you.
Those are my good vibes. Okay, cool. My goal this
Your
week
goals?
is I have two. I have a free PDF I need to finish. And that's my new like giveaway on my site. It is 10 pantry items that you should have on hand and 25 recipes to make with those 10 pantry items. It's wild.
That sounds like a valuable piece of
I'm
content right
really
there.
trying to do that, dude. Really trying to.
Sounds
like
like it.
give
I'd
more
give you my
away than
email for
I'm
that.
like somewhat comfortable with, but like stupid value, you know?
Yep.
And then I need to brainstorm what I need to post. Not what. Like I need to brainstorm what my YouTube channel is going to look like. And like what I'm posting on YouTube versus like what I'm maybe recycling from Instagram. So that is my challenge for the week, to kind of just noodle that around a bit. Do people say that?
Noodle it. So you'll have
Noodle it.
a plan to report next
Yeah.
week on what your YouTube's going to look like.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it.
All right.
That's right, dear
Well,
listeners. YouTube of Cel coming soon. Get ready
it's
for more
called
Cel action.
Wellness Cucina. Actually, I've made everything Wellness Cucina again to kind of just re-solidify that brand structure.
I mean, all right. I was going to call it Cel action, but you know, Wellness Cucina, I guess, is more on brand.
Chill action. All right. Are you ready,
No, it's
dude?
more like Cel action.
Got it. Like a kind of thing.
Yeah, like a slate.
Yeah. Excellent.
Great.
That's a wrap on Casual Friday. If you have questions for Cash Fry, shoot us an email at unstuck.institute at our very unprofessional gmail.com, or hit us up on Instagram at unstuck.institute. And if you haven't already, download our free PDF of the Lifebook to keep the ball rolling on your own productivity. Get your Lifebook today at unstuck.institute/lifebook. See you next week. Have a good weekend. Ciao. I read that last line and I feel like I didn't need to. Like, see a good weekend, have a good week. Why did I need to read that? And I did.
I don't know. You just got to read it. You got to know that you're on course, and that's it. And we have a very unprofessional Gmail. Bye, guys.
Bye.